Awesome. Well, I am going to introduce our speaker. And so Dee had shared with me that Mamie is the president of the Self Family Foundation in Greenwood. She's a graduate of Greenwood High School, Piedmont Technical College, and Limestone College. She served as program officer at the foundation for 25 years prior to being named president in 2020. She is a graduate of Leadership Greenwood, Leadership South Carolina, the South Carolina Diversity Leaders Institute at Furman University, who was just our speaker recently. Furman University was the diversity program that Julie had brought to us. And Rotary Leadership Institute, and received certification in advanced proposal analysis from the Grant Making School at Grand Valley State University, nonprofit management from Winthrop University, and the Council on Foundations Leadership Institute. So she sounds like she's been a leader in a lot of different areas. She's served on numerous community and philanthropic boards and committees, including the Philanthropy Southeast Annual Conference, Family Foundation Forum, and Fund Development Committees. She's active on the state level. She's a member of the South Carolina Grant Makers Network and Together South Carolina. Locally, she's a member of the Greenwood Rotary Club, where she serves as leadership chair, is a former board leader, and is a Paul Harris Fellow +4. She is a founding board member of the Greenwood County Community Foundation, Women's Leadership Collaborative, and Greenwood Women Care, and a former member of the Self Regional Healthcare Board of Trustees. She and Floyd are members of Mount Olive Baptist Church and are the parents of 3 adult sons. And so, Mamie, we are super happy to have you here today. And if you guys remember, put your questions in the chat and I will go over them at the end. And Mamie's going to share her screen, and welcome.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm so grateful to be here. This is an opportunity that I don't take lightly, to be here and to share with another Rotary Club as a fellow Rotarian. I don't know how many of you, or if any of you, are very familiar with the Self Family Foundation and the work that the foundation does in this area of South Carolina. But I wanted to, first of all, I want to give you a little history. I do have an outline that I will follow to speak with you about the history of the foundation, governance, grant-making priorities, and some grants that we have awarded. But first of all, I wanted to say that the Self Family Foundation is a private family foundation that is supported by an endowment from a single donor. The single donor being the founder, Mr. James C. Self. I need to get this out of the way. Well, did I just mess it up? Oh, yeah, I did.
We can still see it. It's just not in the presenter mode, but that's okay.
Okay, I'm back. I'm back where I can see it. Philanthropy is not about money. It's about feeling the pain of others and caring enough about their needs to help. That's Timothy Pena. That's something that I keep in the forefront as I do this work, the work that I do here for the Self Family and the foundation. Keeping in mind what Mr. Self used to say, and he would always say that he liked giving people a hand up and not a handout. But as I said, the foundation was founded by Mr. James C. Self, the single donor, in 1942. And he originally established the foundation for the purpose of building a hospital for Greenwood County. Before he could get the hospital built, a tornado came through our community and destroyed the hospital. So he sped up his work in getting the foundation funded using funds from the textile mills that he owned, and built the hospital and decided that he was going to build a hospital that a tornado would not be able to tear down. And so in doing so, he actually did such a good job with the construction of the hospital that when they tried to do some renovations not too terribly long ago, they had an issue with trying to tear down some of the hospital and to build the new tower that is currently standing in the patient tower. But it was so well constructed that they could not bring in new equipment, and it would not support the level of energy that the new patient tower, the new equipment and all of that would need. So they had to tear down a portion of the hospital, but ended up having to take it down brick by brick rather than doing something that might have been a lot faster. But of course, when you construct a hospital, you need to have a supply of nurses. So following the construction of the hospital, Mr. Self established a nursing program at Lander University to be sure that the hospital would always have a supply of nurses to support the hospital there. But once until 1969, the foundation supported the hospital financially, supported Lander Nursing. And then once the hospital was financially able to stand on its own, the foundation deeded the hospital to the county. And that's when they started making grants in the broader community. The first grant that they made outside of the hospital was to a church, and it was at that time known as Mount Pisgah Negro Church, and it is now Mount Pisgah Baptist Church. That was the beginning of the foundation making grants in the broader community. We are now in the 4th generation of leadership here at the foundation, starting with Mr. Self had, I'm going to show you our timeline here. This is show you the founders and the original hospital that the founder, Mr. James C. Self, built. And then this is his son, Jim Self, who followed him as the president of the foundation. He was an only child. And then Mr. Self, Jim Self, had 4 children, and they had 11. So at this time, I am under the leadership here at the foundation of 10 of those 4th generation grandchildren, great-grandchildren, and of the founder. Jim Self's daughter, Virginia Self, took over the leadership of the foundation in 1996. And then in 1997, we created the Next Generation Board, which included the 11 children at that time of his children, his 11 grandchildren. We are currently governed by a 10-member board of trustees, the officers being Ginger Self Goldsmith, who is the chair, Dr. Jency Harley Burton, who is vice chair, Bubba Self being the treasurer, and Mary Andrews Self Whittington, secretary. We have some other family member trustees, Jay Self, Furman Self, Kate Brennan Jackson, and Dr. Laurie Self Pulver. They also decided to bring in non-family member trustees. So every 2 years, they decide and elect 2 non-family related trustees. Our current non-family trustees are Dr. Priya Kumar, who is the medical director at Self Regional Healthcare, and Dr. Christy Loudon, who is a vice assistant superintendent at Greenwood School District 50. There are 2 staff members here at the foundation. They are Melissa Hayden and me. Melissa is the Director of Grants and Administration. So if you were to go online to submit a grant, she would be the person who would submit, who would assist you in getting that done. Our grant-making priorities are, we award grants primarily to nonprofit organizations located in and providing services in the Greenwood County area. Over 90% of our funding is awarded to our organizations that are located within or provide services. But we also entertain grants from Abbeville, Edgefield, Lawrence, McCormick, and Saluda County, and also statewide if they have a direct impact to the citizens in Greenwood, a positive impact. Areas of interest here at the foundation are education, primarily public higher education and public secondary education, arts and culture, youth activities, and community wellness. Currently, our primary focus is on early learning, geared toward having all children reading on level by grade 3. That leads us into there are a lot of opportunities within our communities that we serve to assist our school districts, to assist with after-school programming, to assist in keeping our children safe, providing health care via programs within the schools. We take advantage of all of these opportunities to help to fill gaps in the services that are provided in our community. Since 1942, the foundation has awarded over 1,726 grants. And they were awarded since 1947. We have awarded a total of $74,554,935 in grants to 535 unique organizations. Organizations receiving in excess of $1 million are Self-Regional Healthcare, of course, Greenwood Genetics Center, Clemson University, Lander University, Clemson Center for Human Genetics, the Arts Center, where our office here is located. Very unique operation here where the foundation was a lead funder in getting our Arts Center established in our old federal building that was abandoned on our downtown square. And then Converse College, where we fund a scholarship for 4 young women, and that was established in honor of Mrs. Self, the original Mrs. Self. And we continue to honor that today. The YMCA, Greenwood Promise, that promises all of the children who graduate from Greenwood County schools that they can go to college for free. And the students get that promise in kindergarten. Independent colleges and universities, this allows us to make some grants to universities and colleges that are not a state university, such as Furman and Converse and others. Wesley Commons, which used to be the Greenwood Methodist Home, we awarded grants to them for the establishment of their campus out there, beginning with the purchase of the land that they're on. And some others, Greenwood Community Children's Center, the Foundation for the Greater Greenwood County, Piedmont Technical College, Greenwood School District. You can see all of these organizations that have benefited from the generosity of the Self family and from the foundation over these 80 years. The foundation has been a key supporter and a key in the establishment of a lot of programs in the Greenwood area. not just the Lander nursing program, but also the Greenwood Genetics Center, Beyond Abuse, which is our sexual trauma and counseling center. Of course, the Art Center, which I already mentioned to you, and we are a founding donor for the Greenwood Promise to get that started in our community, the Boys and Girls Clubs, and also our Humane Society, Meg's House for abused women and children, and our United Center, which houses our United Way and also houses a number of our nonprofits that cannot afford to have a space on their own at market rent. We allow them to, we make grants to allow them to be housed at the United Center at a reduced rate. We've awarded grants from $500 to $2 million to $2 million, and continue to do so. When we award grants that are $1 million or more, 500,000 to $2 million, those grants are spread out over a period of time, usually 3 to 5 years, as the foundation corpus is around 36 million. So we typically are granting each year approximately $1.5 million to $2 million a year. So when you think about us having us awarding grants of that size, then we have to spread those out over a number of years in order to allow us to continue to award grants to other organizations. A complete listing of our grants is on our website, and also our application process is online and it's on the website as well. How to reach out and talk to us prior to submitting a grant is there. We encourage organizations not to just submit blindly. We encourage them to reach out, speak to me or Melissa, and walk through their project prior to sending it to us. That saves us time and that saves them time as well. And it also lets them know if their project is one that will fit with the foundation's goals at that time and priorities. We have a personal, I'll say personal relationship with our grantees. We get to know them over the years. We get to, we visit them through site visits. They come to our office to share with us the good, the bad, and the ugly, because we do have that type of relationship with our grantees. Although we award grants to the large institutions such as the Clemson Institute for Human Genetics, which is one of our recent grantees, they constructed a campus here on, they constructed a campus here on the campus of the Greenwood Genetics Center. And so we've been heavily involved with the Clemson Center for Human Genetics as well as the Genetics Center. I saw a question pop up on the screen, but I'll just go a little bit about, I'm almost at the end of my presentation. I prefer to have really nice questions to help me. There's so much information to tell you after an 83-year history of an organization. But our original tagline was helping people help themselves, which really did not tell the true story of what the foundation does. The foundation helps those organizations that then in turn help the community. So after much thought and all of that, the leadership decided, the fourth generation decided that we need to change that. And so we have now settled on the legacy, community, and opportunity, maintaining the legacy of Mr. James C. Self, who established the foundation in 1942, and working with our community, and also in seeking out opportunities to fill those gaps and to enhance the quality of life for those living in our community while still maintaining his legacy of giving a hand up and not a handout. Don't want organizations coming empty-handed. We want them coming saying, this is an issue that we've identified in the community. This is what we have that can bring about a positive change in that issue. And we need your help. And that's how we like to operate. That's how we like to operate. So now we operate under the tagline Legacy Community Opportunity. Our trustees meet 3 times a year, and they grant requests are due by March 1, June 1, and November 1 in order to be reviewed at one of those grant cycles. Our last grant cycle was in December, and our last grant cycle was in December, and I have on the screen now the grants that were awarded at that time and the purpose of those grants. And I will be happy to share this presentation if you'd like to see those and read more about them. I don't want to read all of those to you, but again, our website, www.selffoundation.org. I thank you for being here this afternoon, and I'm looking forward to the questions that I see popping up in the on my screen.
Yes, Mamie, thank you. Wow, I have to say that is a lot of legacy with 83 years of the family with growing that foundation. So amazing work. And so when I look through, I'll start with the questions, and then I'm sure some others will pop up to you. But what has been a grant you were involved with that was particularly meaningful to you?
So many of them, but I will tell you one that I think I'll just tell you one that I had been personally working on for quite some time, and that was the establishment of the United Center for Community Care. We had been looking for probably 10 years or more for a space that we could co-house some our nonprofits so that they could share administrative resources, where they could pay a reduced rent. They could have training rooms and all of that. And the Burton Center, which is also one of our grantees, moved out of what was formerly an elementary school. And that school was sitting there vacant. And so in partnership with a very generous donor who is now deceased, we helped to purchase that building from the Burton Center to house our nonprofits. So now we have located there, in addition to United Way and its resource centers, we have our soup kitchen is located there, our food bank is located there, our volunteer income tax assistance program is there. I just can't name all the nonprofits that are there now. Our Red Cross is there. They are able to share space there and not have to pay a market rent to be there. And they can also share resources though. So I'm very proud of the fact that we were able to assist. The foundation's assistance at first was in the form of a loan and to United Way. And then our trustees forgave that loan, which they had the intention of doing all along. I think they just wanted to be sure that the rest of the community came in and supported the project. And so that has happened. One of the other projects that I am very proud of and actually have a little concern about at this point is the establishment of Montessori education in partnership with our school districts. That program is struggling right now as to whether the district will continue to offer it. As they go through cycles. I think our districts do. They go through cycles and they decide they're gonna do this for a while or that for a while. And so it is one of the choice programs in a number of the school districts. And so that is a program that I've been really invested in and that I'm really proud of, a partnership with our school district. I could name a lot more of them. The establishment, and I tell this story about our shelter for abused women, Meg's House, and how that was one female who was just passionate about finding a place, and how we helped to establish Meg's House under the umbrella of the Salvation Army. And then now they are standalone and very, we hate to say it, a very much needed entity within our community, but it is providing a really vital service to women and children, and also men who are abused. They typically put the men in a hotel because the space they have available is women and children, but they do serve men as well. And I understand they have a lot more men using the service than we would think.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah, and I think definitely the abuse situation is a sad thing that I know that the Emerald City Club does some support for some of those too. Is a need in the community we wish we didn't have, but it's wonderful to see that we have resources for them.
Yes, and we partnered with Emerald City for the Dolly Parton Imagination Library.
And I know they do a lot of support for the Burton Center as well. So can you talk about a project where you partnered with another grantor to increase the funds available for the project? And that may be like some of those. I know you've partnered with some of the Rotary Club staff, but why?
Yes, partner with some of the Rotary clubs, and we partner with other foundations, and bringing funds into this area and introducing our nonprofits to those other funders. The Sisters of Charity Foundation to help us in bringing healthy learners to the Greenwood area. Healthy Learners is a program that works within our school district to provide health care to take the children from the school to their doctor's appointments and their eye appointments, get hearing assistance if they need it, so the parents don't have to get off work and do that. But they also help connect families with Medicaid and other resources that might be available to them that they are not aware of, or that may have lapsed, and they help them get reconnected to those as well. And they have recently been given space in our school district at one of our schools, so they no longer have to pay rent either. So that is a program that is funded through the Self Family Foundation and through Self Regional Healthcare, which is no longer, a lot of people think we are still really connected to the hospital. The hospital is treated just like any other organization that comes in for a grant now. They are no longer a budget item for the foundation and have not been since 1969. They are a standalone organization that actually has their own foundation that is for the benefit of the hospital, but they also award some grants in the community. And so we partner with them in awarding some of those grants as well. When a grantee, an organization comes to us to seek funding, one of the questions that we ask is who else is funding you? We need to know that there are partners out there, because we never fund the total cost of a project.
Right.
We don't fund the total cost, and we don't want it to go under. So we want to be able, want to know that it is sustainable, financially, manpower wise, and that they have the capacity to do what they say they're going to do. And
Right.
so it takes a lot of background and a lot of due diligence to be sure that the organizations that come to us are vetted. They really are, because whether we acknowledge it or not, once they receive a grant from the Self Family Foundation, others look at that as a stamp that they've been vetted and that it's okay to give money to them.
Right.
And so we want to be sure that we do our job, and
Right.
and making sure that they manage those funds the way they need to, and also that those funds are used as they are designated to be used. We like to know what's going well. We also want to know what's not going well, or what did not work well. So that's why we enjoy having that relationship with our nonprofits, is because they can come to us and tell us this is not working well, and we can say, why, try this or try that.
Right. Right. Well, awesome. Well, thank you. That was definitely, it's impressive what has been built over, four generations, but also your history with the foundation over all the years that you've worked with them gives you a lot of breadth of knowledge to share with the community as well. And so we truly appreciate your time today. And I look forward to seeing you next week at your club. So I will be presenting at Greenwood next Tuesday. So our lovely past president, Lene, will be presenting to you guys. So be on your best behavior for Miss Lene. And so, Mamie, what we like to do to thank our speaker is we like to donate a book to a little free library in our communities. And this book will be dedicated to you in your name. And it's Giraffes Can't Dance. And Gerald the giraffe wants nothing more than to dance, but with crooked knees and thin legs, it's harder than you would think. But with some encouragement from an unlikely friend, he might just find the courage to be himself on the dance floor. The light-footed rhymes and high-stepping illustrations present a tale of gentle inspiration for every child with dreams of greatness. And I think that the Self Family Foundation definitely helps with dreams of greatness. A just huge change in the community.